Mic, test. Where'd you find that one? Where'd you find that one? Welcome to the second episode of LoKei TV, your go-to show for unlocking your true potential, embracing your individuality, and stepping into your purpose. I'm your host, LoKei, and you know me because I got it going on. Mainly because I'm your guide on this journey of self-discovery and empowerment. Today, we're diving deep into a powerful topic that will set the foundation for everything we discuss this season: self-awareness and self-prioritization. We're going to break down why putting you first isn't selfish. It's essential to your growth, your happiness. This is about owning your individuality in a world that often demands we conform. If you're ready to transform your life by becoming unapologetically you, then stay tuned. Trust me, by the end of this episode, you'll be inspired to put yourself first, make confident decisions, and embrace your unique path. We'll also talk about how self-worth impacts every decision you make, why it's so crucial to break away from conformist ideas, and how you can build confidence that aligns with your highest self. So let's jump right in.
Smash that like button.
This podcast episode is titled Self-Aware and Selfish for a Good Reason. We're going to get into the myth of selfishness. Let's talk about the concept of being selfish. From a young age, we're told that putting ourselves first is wrong. We've been conditioned to feel guilty about prioritizing our own needs. And many of us grow up thinking that we need to put others first to be seen as good or worthy. But what if I told you that prioritizing yourself isn't selfish at all? In fact, it's the most selfless thing you can do. When you're happy, healthy, and whole, you show up better in your relationship, in your career, and for yourself. It's like the saying goes, you can't pour from an empty cup. This season is all about healthy selfishness, a concept where you focus on your needs, your dreams, and your well-being. By doing that, you unlock your highest self. Prioritizing yourself means unlearning what doesn't work for you anymore and embracing habits, beliefs, and practices that will make you the best version of yourself. It's not about neglecting others, but about taking care of yourself so you can show up stronger. Let's get into the vibe of self-awareness as the foundation for growth. Before we can truly prioritize ourselves, we need to know who we are. This is where self-awareness comes in. Self-awareness is the foundation of all personal growth. It's about knowing your triggers, your strengths, your weaknesses, and your desires. It's about understanding what you truly need to feel fulfilled, rather than chasing after what society tells you is important. Take a moment to reflect. How well do you really know yourself? How often do you check in with your emotions, your thoughts, and your body? Self-awareness allows you to make choices that align with your higher self, choices that bring you closer to the life you deserve. When you become aware, you stop living on autopilot. You gain control over your actions, your reactions, and your habits. Self-awareness is what allows you to unlock your potential. And once you tapped into it, you start to see how much more confident and powerful you feel, because you're no longer seeking validation from the outside world. The truth is, the more self-aware you are, the more in tune you are with your purpose. Confidence comes naturally when you fully understand who you are and what you bring to the table. The power of self-prioritization. Now let's talk about self-prioritization. This is where the magic happens. Once you become aware of who you are and what you need, you have to prioritize it. Many of us are afraid of judgment, rejection, or the idea of being selfish. But I'm here to tell you that your self-prioritization is the most powerful tool for your personal and spiritual growth. Here's how you can start. Number 1, set boundaries. Say no to the things that drain your energy or don't serve you. Number 2, carve out time for self-care. Whether it's a morning routine, journaling, meditating, or simply taking time alone, make it non-negotiable. Number 3, invest in yourself. Whether it's learning a new skill, going to therapy, or even just resting when you need it. It's all about putting you first. And just in case you didn't know, the word no is a complete sentence. You don't need an explanation. You don't need a dissertation. You can set a boundary, say no, and that'd be the end of the conversation without even thinking about why you should feel guilty about putting yourself first. When you prioritize yourself first, you break away from conformist thinking. Society often encourages us to work until we burn out or meet certain expectations that don't align with our true selves. But when you put yourself first, you unlock potential you didn't even know existed. Thank you for tuning in with me at LoKei TV. Today's episode is about being self-aware and selfish. Embracing individuality in a conformist world. In a world that constantly tells us to fit in, embracing your individuality is a radical act. From social media to family expectations, we're often pushed into modes that don't feel right for us. But here's the truth. Your individuality is your superpower. The moment you stop trying to be like everyone else, you give yourself permission to live authentically. That's when doors start to open, because the world responds to authenticity. The thing is, conforming to what society expects from us often leads to unhappiness. Many of us chase goals that aren't even ours. But when you tap into your individuality, when you fully embrace the things that make you, you, that's when the real magic happens. Embracing your uniqueness is a key part of building confidence. Confidence isn't about being the loudest or the most outgoing person in the room. It's about knowing your worth and showing up authentically no matter what anyone else says. When you do that, the world starts to meet you where you are because you're operating from a place of self-awareness and purpose. In conclusion, the journey to self-prioritization is one day at a time type of thing. As we wrap up today's episode, remember this. Prioritizing yourself isn't selfish. It's the foundation for becoming the best version of you. Through self-awareness, embracing your individuality, and building unshakable confidence, you have the power to transform your life. This is just the beginning of our journey together. And every week, we'll explore new ways to deepen the relationship you have with yourself and unlock your highest potential. So make sure you like, comment, subscribe, get into my vibe, and tune in 3 times a week. And join me on the weekends as well as we dive deeper into this life-changing work. Remember, you're worthy of living a life that reflects your highest self, and together, we're going to make it happen.